Was born in Holland, Friesland, northwestern province of Holland. My family migrated, 10 of us, mum and dad with 8 kids. When they were 40 years old, migrated to country South Australia. So I grew up in Mount Gambier, spent 12 years there. And I think I was just lucky to be there then when music teachers were sent out to the regions to find people who were interested in learning instruments, and I was given an opportunity to pick an instrument that I liked the idea of. For whatever reason, I saw what looked like a fascinating, beautiful, big instrument, but what is that? And I have this vision of me walking past the other little instruments without taking much interest in them, and then I sort of gravitated towards the bass. It had a mysterious element to it, which I liked. When I left high school, I worked for 2 years in television in production, in a country television station. It was the most glamorous job you could have in that part of the world. I was, cameraman, roaming cameraman for the races and the football and news gathering around town. That's pretty, in a country town, that's pretty glamorous, right? I did some postgraduate studies in Amsterdam. The reason I came back to Sydney was there were obligatory military service requirements that I was subject to at that time. It sort of encouraged me to come back to Australia because I couldn't find a way of getting out of that obligation. They gave me 2 chances. I pretended I couldn't speak any Dutch the first time, and they believed me. Second time it wasn't enough. So the only person who I knew in the Sydney Symphony Orchestra, he rang me up and said, there's an audition in a month. You should do this. And that's now 34 years ago, unbelievably. There are a lot of people who come back from other parts of the world, like I did, and want to make this the home because it's an amazing city and it's a great orchestra. It is a great orchestra. We're slightly on the periphery, physically, from the inner sanctum of, immediately in arm's length from the waveform conductor. So it gives you perhaps a bit of license, I'm not sure. But it's also, you have to create your own little micro-environment. I've got some wonderful colleagues who've got a good sense of humour. I do find it completely absorbing, and I can never even listen enough to the music I'd like to listen to, let alone practice or, I teach, I'm a lecturer at the Conservatoire of Music. I recently dipped in and took the plunge to do a portrait course at the National Art School over in January, like an intensive. That was really challenging because I came in as a complete novice. So I do a bit of, when you allow yourself time, a bit of painting. I built the brick walls behind me myself, and they're still there 20 years later. I love having the opportunity to build something like that sometimes. As part of the functional part of living in an old house, sometimes you have to fix things.
For my family, I speak so
being involved with the first performance of Ngapa William Cooper at the Adelaide Festival at both Eucharia, small intimate venue, beautiful, beautiful place to play. With the composer, Nigel's been a friend of mine for a long time. Lior and Lou Bennett, in the context of this work, with her family connection to William Cooper. He was the brother of her grandmother. That's automatically special because we were so physically close, because it was new. The subject material was so intimate and powerful. The voices of Lior's voice is magical. Lou Bennett's voice also, putting them together was an extraordinary experience, actually. Becky Lagos on percussion, with amazing percussion part, and Andrea Lamb on piano. The work itself offers so much in terms of human emotion and tenderness and drama also. It's just an extraordinary work that Nigel's and Lior and Lou have put together. The performances we will have is with a slightly expanded string section, slightly more strings. The smaller the forces, the more people are drawn in to the experience. It's very special to have the opportunity to perform in different parts of, well, anyway, but like in our regional areas. I'm from a regional area myself, so I feel that naturally it's nice to be involved in those areas in any way we can.